put in cogeneration in '96, we saw dramatic emissions reductions. We didn't put the cogen in for that reason. We put it in to save money. The efficiency of the plant was about 70% overall. As part of this energy saving money, we invested in the plant to make it even more efficient, and we took out a lot more heat out of the stack. So we lowered our stack temperature, and we were able to get a lot of heat for various needs within the plant. That project cost $2.5 million. It saved about 5,000 metric tons a year. So that went a long way toward our goals. But as a comparison, this past year, we signed an operating, we're buying solar through an operating lease. So we'll save the power and we'll be able to sell the RECs. But the important point here that I'm trying to make is that that solar field is going to take up 28 acres of land. It's going to give us 5.2 megawatts, but the carbon reductions are 3,500 tons, and it costs about 28 million. So a PV project, which is very green, gets a lot of press. It costs 10 times as much as this energy conservation project in the plant, and we get less carbon savings. So the point I'm really trying to make is for the big bang for the buck for carbon is in the plant.
Because of fuel price reasons and also just university goal reasons, there was a decision made to go out of the coal business, and we were able to do that because we put the cogen system in. So it's really been pivotal in reducing our carbon emissions at the university over the last 2 years have dropped 29%. That's the ones associated with the production of energy. So it's really been pivotal in getting where we want to go in terms of our carbon footprint.
Benefits from a reliability, from a cost effectiveness, and from an environmental performance standpoint are all things that are important to continue to highlight and look for opportunities and conversations where that can come up. As far as there are clearly additional things that we in the federal government can do to help communicate those stories, whether it's highlighting specific examples where you guys have all achieved those sort of three things and talking about them as much as possible. Again, I agree completely with Kathleen that a lot of this activity and action and incentives and direction is going on at the state level, so making sure that CHP is recognized in the state plans, to educating folks on what output-based standards are and how they can be implemented and how they can be met through some of these clean technologies, I think are all things that we can do collaboratively with all of you. Our partnership efforts with you all and others are critical to this, but there's also a number of things that EPA can do in terms of its regulatory structures and programs that are on the ground to help level the playing field or even further encourage investments in CHP and district energy. That includes working with states, providing guidance to them as the states are implementing their implementation plans for achieving the air quality goals, providing guidance to them for how they can recognize CHP in those plans. We're doing a number of things this year with folks to make sure that everybody understand what the opportunities are and can sufficiently reward them in their air quality plans. We also, in the design of our regulations, have done a number of things, and we'll continue to look at this. For example, in one of the big power sector regulations we put out last summer, we provided flexibility for states as they implement those to actually provide incentives for CHP.